Good evening and welcome to Cooking with Dan Leslie. My name is Janet Rapasardi-Hoff. I'll be your host this evening, and right next to me is Dan Leslie. How are you, Dan?
Fine, Janet. How you doing? Greg,
Good.
how are you? Well, what are we going to do?
What are we going to do?
It's a little chilly out, right?
Yeah.
We need some soup.
Moving into spring now.
Yeah, we're on our way. It's downhill, I guess.
Downhill, I hope.
Yeah, a couple
Winter's been pretty good.
Half human, human, right. Well, we were going to do, you know, on our last couple of shows, I don't know if it's the last couple or not, but within the last 2 or 3 shows, we did do a couple of sandwiches and pizza type things. You know, we've been fooling around with some lighter cuisine. Not that it's lighter, but I'm saying something a little less formal, if you would.
Right.
You know, I'm working on that, trying to integrate that into my usual repertoire, you know, and we want to do it on the up and up without, you know, lowering our standards, if you would, you know, so we're trying to work this all out. But we recently started working with a deep fryer again to, complement that. We've hooked this bad boy up here. It's an electrical sort. It does a good job. And we've been trying to work with things like calamari, fried squid, some zucchini, chicken fingers, and we're, you know, trying to come up with more ideas, possibly working some potatoes into there. You can deep fry ravioli, home make the ravioli, deep fry that, do different things with it. So that's what we were going to do a little bit today. We had some squid here, and we were going to deep fry some squid. We were going to try to saute some of the squid in a pan and put it over a little arugula. We're trying that out. We were going to make these chicken fingers. You know, the idea with the chicken fingers was so that, you know, it would be aimed primarily at the youngins, you know. But, you know, they taste great, you know, so we're just going to work them right into our general lineup and see how that flies. So let me get it moving here. You know what I should do? I was going to wheel this pork chop. Have this nice 1.5 thick loin pork chop. I was going to pan-sear it and grill it and serve it with a nifty little sauce. Maybe I should get that on first and get it going.
That sounds like a good idea.
Finish it in an oven. There we go. What, are you putting on a little armor there, or what?
Dan, you told me to bring an apron.
Yeah, that's right. We talked about that.
So I'm bringing an apron for the
well, this time
fryer.
around, I'll wheel most of this.
The fryer.
Right, that fryer. You're going to watch that thing. Forget about it. What we're going to do is I put a little light oil into a pan here, and I'm going to get it pretty hot, and I'm going to put the pork chop in and season it, and we're going to roast it. While it's roasting, we'll mess around with this here deep fryer.
Yeah.
This deep fryer thing. Yeah, we had one years and years ago, but you know, for one reason or another, we stopped using it. Boy, that pork chop's looking pretty good.
It does look good.
It's going to be a nice lunch for someone, I believe, named Greg. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. Got to get a kick out of some of these doggy bag type things, you know. I just say to myself, that's not lunch tomorrow. That's either, in another half an hour, we're going to have that, or breakfast. One of the
breakfast,
two.
Yeah.
Going to garnish this with a couple of mushrooms. I'll get these ready. We'll put them in the pan with the pork chop. So what's new with you guys?
Oh, nothing much.
Nothing much?
Busy, busy, busy.
Busy, busy?
As usual.
Yeah. I snuck out of town for a couple days.
Yes, I heard that.
Right, right. Snuck down.
I was wondering whether you were going to be back in time for the show.
Right. I wanted to stay down there.
You were down in Florida, weren't you?
Oh, man, yeah. I'm telling you. We got home. I came home with no socks on, a sweater. Then we find out that this one fella, our alligator wrestler, Ed Joyce, we came home and find out his tire was flat, if you could believe that one.
Oh, no.
What a nightmare. Oh. So we go from 70-degree weather to coming up here with the wind chill at about 10 or 0 or something like that. I'm there with no socks on, and we're out there trying to wedge a block or two under his back axle. Unbelievable, unbelievable.
So the big question is, how was the golfing?
Oh, the golfing was fantastic.
Was it?
Generally, it was a great time. Our hosts, this Ken Robinson and Neil Lang, they both live down there at a couple different golf courses. They were incredible.
This was a golf vacation, by the way, folks.
Golf vacation.
If you couldn't figure that out.
Yeah, the wife and kids didn't make the ride here. I'll be paying for that for a while, but that's the breaks, right? But we had such a good time. It was really good. A bunch of us went down there. A couple alligators.
Ooh, you don't want to get too close to them.
I'm telling you, my one, that's Ed Joyce, like I was telling you, I was shocked as to how close he came to this huge lummox. They were estimating this thing to be 400 to 500 pounds, and he's practically kicking dirt in his face. I'm screaming at him, get away from, I'm telling you, I couldn't believe it. If this thing was hungry, we'd have had a problem on our hands. I'll try to put this chop in the pan. Yeah, my only problem right now is how to figure out, another group is going down in March, down to Ibis. I'm putting a little salt and pepper on here. I was on the West Coast this time. These guys are going to the East Coast, and I do believe they need another player to be brought along. So at this very moment, I'm trying to figure out a sneaky way of telling my wife about it and begging her to let me go. I don't know if I have it in me. I guess I'll put these mushrooms in here for now to just brown them off a little bit. Especially you want to brown the flat side. No, maybe not. Come on. Boy, two of the fellows down in Florida, Ken Robinson and this fellow Kyle Cuddles Collins, are wine collectors.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're always getting, give me 4,000 cases of this and that. I'm telling you, we went out traveling with this black bag this fella Kenny had, and I'm telling you, some of these wines that were beyond, they were beyond my palate, if you would. They weren't exactly $12.99 wines. It was incredible. It was incredible.
But now, does he save these wines, or do they?
Yeah, he does.
Experience them?
Yeah, these guys are opening them.
Okay.
Especially this fella Kyle. He'll go through. He's going through these things like I go through a couple glasses of beer. I think I could brown that just a little more there. Get it going. Yeah, we had some time. I'll tell you. The only bad time I had down there is when we went out on this gambling boat. This garbage scow we went out on. I'm telling you, I hated it. I knew it was going to be a nightmare the second I went. If you could have seen a picture of these guys around the blackjack table, I wish I could have had it on film. I'm telling you, I wish Greg was down there. We had this one doctor friend of ours. I won't name any names here, but Dr. Ruthless. He's pretty adept at this sort of thing, the blackjack, and he knows that he's very good with the percentages and the numbers. And these guys we were down there with were no bunch of village idiots by any stretch. These guys are all pretty sharp, you know. So Doc is standing behind these guys, 1, 2, and 3, and if you could have heard him firing at the blackjack table, don't hit that. You hit it. Take your money down. Bump the bet to this. No, you, out, in, out, just directing the traffic here. I'm telling you, it was incredible.
Did it work?
I think they may have lost a little. And the funniest part about it is the alligator wrestler, Eddie, he goes and he's sitting at it's the person just prior to the dealer that's the most critical at the blackjack table. Do you play that at all?
No.
Because this person, the dealer shows a bad number for the dealer.
Right.
So this person here, it's critical whether this person takes a card or not. So who sits down but our alligator wrestler friend at the very end of the table, and the dealer had some bad number showing, and he's going ahead and taking the dealer's what they call break card, you know? I'm telling you, I couldn't stop laughing. Oh, we had a good time. We had a good time.
That's a game where you can lose money fast.
Yeah, I don't like it anymore. I'm finding out that losing hurts more for me than winning feels good, you know? I mean it. I really mean it. All right, we've got that out of the way. Okay. Enough about Florida, right? All right, let's get the deep fryer rocking and a-rolling. I do have a sauce here. I guess I should start making that sauce right now.
Well, and I am protected by my little angel.
Right.
My mom did this.
That is cute. That's very nice.
Cute? I didn't do this. Mom did that.
You could start marketing those. I'm telling you, get Mom in the business here.
Uh-oh. We might have started something here.
I've got a sauce we were going to reduce when the chop was ready. It's a little garlic and balsamic vinegar. And I'm going to add a little more demi-glace to this, a little darker brown sauce.
That is nice.
We'll work that out when the chop comes out of the oven. We'll finish that all off. We'll just let it roast for a while. All right, we're ready to go here. First thing we're going to do is we have some flour. We were going to place the calamari, the squid.
Boy, do they look nice.
into this flour. First thing we're going to do, though, is season this flour.
Okay.
I'm going to put some salt in here. All this bland stuff, you want to kick it up a little with the flour. Got some granulated garlic, some white pepper, and some salt here. We have black pepper out at the out on the tables. Generally, we use white pepper here in the kitchen.
Right. It kind of just blends in. You don't want it to really stick out. of the white,
Yeah,
is
with
that
our
it?
sauces. I like
Yeah.
the cleaner sauces. Now it's speckled with black. It looks like you burned something.
Oh.
This stuff just dissipates and goes right into the sauce. All we're going to do with the squid is we're going to flour it. We were just going to dip it in some flour and put it into the fryer later. Got my little kniff here. These are nice size here. These are good size, something
they
nice to
are.
work with. And you know, you can cut it thicker or thinner depending. We have people that, oh boy, I'm telling you, when it comes to this squid, it's incredible. One person wants a sauce hot, loose, thick, thin. Oh my Lord. Then it's the squid. I only like the tentacles. You know, puts hair on your chest.
Oh, does it?
No, that's the girls that like it. No, no, but people like the mix. Only want the tubes. I'm telling you, it goes back and forth. Some of this stuff there's no real answer to. You know, what's better, worse? It's like that doggone eggplant. The only way you can that kills me. People that have that.
The
The
only
only
way
way
that
you
you
can
can
do
eat it
something,
is,
right? You
yeah.
know. Yeah, sure. Hear that pork chop going in the oven, right?
Yeah, I can hear that sizzle.
So
That's a good sound.
what do I tell my wife about the March trip to Florida?
I think what we have to do is just
Lie?
let her watch TV.
Oh, I know. I don't
Rosemary,
know
he
what
wants to go.
to do. No, I'll be being bad if I do that, though.
I know. She's going to say so soon after the first one, and then you'll say, honey, I'll take you on a Caribbean cruise? Or am I getting you in trouble?
I have to have the my partner down there, the alligator wrestler, Eddie I'm talking about, Mr. Take the Dealer's break card. I loved his attitude. We needed an extra guy to go down to Florida. He gets called 2 days beforehand. He stood there.
Yeah.
He's 2 days
days
beforehand. Right, he's standing there. You know, there's something going on in California. You know, but I don't know. We got a little conference in Las Vegas. My anniversary's. I'll go. Boom. He's on the plane. I got to have his attitude. Then again, I got to have his cash too.
There you go.
Uncle Eddie, he was great. Oh, that was funny. We had such a good time down there. I'll leave those for the next dish. All right, this is enough to get us started, I guess. I've got this little waffle iron, this little baseball
Whoa.
bat. And I'm just going to shake some flour through here. Hopefully I won't make too big of a mess.
Oh, that's a good idea.
All right.
And it just coats it very lightly then.
Yeah, that's the reason I got that.
Yeah.
It's just for this. You know, you could dip it in. You know, there's a lot of ways of doing this stuff. The main thing is you want all the ingredients fresh, give it a little tender, loving care, and away we go. Let's put them right in there. All right. This stuff is, you know, you don't need to cook it all that long, but you do want to get it in there so it'll crisp up a little bit, you know. I won't heat it up, but I did have some marinara sauce here, and you could, I like to take our crushed red pepper seeds and we run them through a blender. Feel like we can disperse the heat properly, you know, it's not like we got 12 seeds in there that we got to, hopefully they get hot or something like that.
Right.
It's very dangerous because you could really overdo it if you aren't careful. But you know, you could take something like that, put a little bit in there,
Wow.
and stir it around. I might as well use the spoon I had for that. How we doing here? I think we can go a little longer.
Mm-hmm. Well, that'll be a little on the zesty side.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
We like it zesty.
Thick and zesty.
Well, you know we love the calamari. Oh,
Yeah.
that's right up there with the onions, the caramelized onions.
Oh yeah. The onions.
Love those.
Got to have those onions.
Yeah.
If I don't, I'll be in trouble. How are we doing? Just about there, I think. Got to really watch the friolators too, you know. That can, if you don't change these, the oil often enough in there, oh my, boy, this stuff can taste terrible. Terrible, terrible.
Getting golden.
Yeah, they're looking
Getting
good.
there.
I think we're right about where we want them. Let them drain for a second. That's all we'll do is put a little sauce on the side of a plate here. Set these right in the basket there. And we'll garnish it with a little bit of parsley also. And there we have it. A little fried calamari with some smoking marinara sauce.
Dan, I think we better get on to the next dish because I'm starting to eat these already.
Please.
They're too good.
I can't. You're unbelievable. Look, we got about 4 left. Janet already. All right. Well, we're going to try some of these chicken fingers.
Good.
So we're declaring them both an adult thing and a kid thing.
Oh,
So we
kids
got
love these things.
Yeah, I love them too.
Oh, well, you're a big kid that we know.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to go into the wing department. My friend Jewel von Sternberg is encouraging me to get the wings wheeling, but I don't know. I don't know.
Wings is a guy thing, I think.
Right. Try a few pieces of this. We have a honey Dijon mustard that you could serve with this. And you have some of this marinara sauce you can serve, hot or sweet, or you can have them plain, right? You can dip them into a Caesar salad dressing. These we were going to take and put them in some of our seasoned flour and into some egg.
Okay.
Try that, and I'll put them on this little plate here. Or then, I don't know if I'll put them on the plate or not. I'll figure it out in a minute. Yeah, I guess we can.
Well, I'll tell you, these are great because big and little kids love these.
Right.
And they're no bones.
I know.
You can't go wrong.
So we'll try to work these in right now. Used our near basket for a change. You able to get in there, Greg, okay, into the fryer? You all right? You know, you could bread these. Mm-hmm. You could do it in reverse and maybe put the egg on them. You know, you see these people.
Oh, egg and flour.
Right.
And
You could make one of these beer batter, one of these wet flour and egg combinations. You ever see those ones where I think puffs up to about 5 times its normal size?
Yeah. How do they get them like that?
Yeah, it's kind of a beer batter type thing. They must work it a couple of times or very aerated or something, but it's incredible. All of a sudden you're eating through all that stuff and way inside some shrimp. That's about the size of I don't know what. Small, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should have put this many of these into one little confined area, but we'll get the picture here. Yeah, I think that pork chop's getting about there. You know what I'll do? We'll finish the chicken and we'll plate the pork chop up, and then if we have a second or two, we'll do that that sautéed. We could saute or grill it, that calamari.
Right.
The other tubes that we had.
Okay.
Chicken takes just a little bit longer, of course, because it's higher density. Let's check that chop out, see how it's doing. I did turn it one time while the camera was off. I usually press on it to see how it's looking. I think it's done well. Really done nice. It's giving just a little bit. Well, we're trying to work it somewhere into this medium well type of area where there's a hint of pink. Yeah, we want it juicy. We have people, I just feel that if there's any juiciness in pork, they feel something's wrong, it's something they're done or something like that. It's got to be dry or something like that, which is not the case, you know? It's not the case. All right, there's a lot of shrapnel all over these these chicken pieces, so I'm trying to figure a way of, I'll wipe this plate off, and I'll put them onto the plate here, and this way we'll be able to get some of the crumbly pieces of the egg off of it. I got a little plate here with some, just a romaine leaf, you know, that's all optional, and I'll put a few of these on, maybe a half a dozen or so. Sneak a couple over here for you and me.
Oh, there you go.
There we are, right? And we'll put them in there, and we got a little of this honey Dijon sauce. Got a little paprika here. Maybe we can garnish
Oh,
the
that's
outside of the
nice.
plate with that. You know, just a little. I love the red-green kind
So
of.
do I.
There's 3 colors there now. I like a 3-color combination. Could even put a smidgy of that onto the mustard. And there we have that. We have our chicken fingers. It's like tempura style, you know, with the eggs showing on the outside, and that little honey mustard sauce. And again, we could serve that with our hot marinara. It goes just as well,
yeah.
you know.
Right. Okay, I think we're just about ready to plate the pork chop.
Si,
Si.
signora. Now we've got our little demi-glace garlic balsamic sauce. We're going to reduce that, place the chop on it, see if we can make the paint a little picture here for the plate, okay?
Okay.
Should have a lid on that, but it'll just take a second or two longer. Excuse me, maybe I could find one. I do believe I found one. In the interest of time, put a lid on that, and we'll syrup that sauce down a little bit. I'll have a strainer handy here, just in case there's any shrapnel in the sauce. You know, we do want a clean sauce on the plate.
Okay.
So,
Does that get deglazed, or is that just
that's what we
reducing?
did. We did that. We
Oh, you did
sauteed
that
the
already.
chop,
Okay.
and when we put it in the oven, we used the bottom of the pan. You want to work all that good brown stuff up into the
Right.
sauce. Really gets that good base flavor there, and we had the whole stock clear. Any liquid will do it, but many times, I guess you'll see these places use a cognac or a wine,
Oh,
and
yes.
it really just kicks the alcohol and out of it quickly and everything else, and then they'll add a stock to it. We just happen to have this particular sauce made up ahead of time. All right, you can see that's coming in a little bit. Reducing, if you would. I've got a little piece of butter here ready to transform this from a kind of a liquid to a sauce. We've called that before. It's a liaison. Enriches the sauce, tightens it up. If this were a lot more sauce than you're seeing here in the pan, we would need we'd have to do a little more with this. Use kind of a flour reduction, a roux,
Oh,
if you
really?
would, or
Okay.
you know, so many different ways of doing that. We want to tighten that sauce up a little bit. Get our little chop ready. Got to be patient with this, you know. You want the sauce to be tight. All right, let's put it on our plate. Put that into the center. Maybe we'll wiggle that around a little bit. We've got our chop, our nicely seasoned, pan-seared, roasted loin pork chop. Let's put a couple of these mushrooms we had around it. Okay, we'll circle it with the mushrooms. I got a piece of roasted bell pepper over here. Why don't I slice that up a little bit? Maybe we'll garnish the top of that with this. Try a few of these slices here.
Oh, that adds some nice color.
Yeah, that a little
Yeah,
color
that's
that,
pretty.
right? We'll try a third piece. In the future, I guess maybe I'll go a little thinner than that. They are a little glommy, but that's what happens. I've got some chopped scallion here. I'll put a little right on the chop. Maybe drop a little more of it in between. And how about a little of that paprika mix? Try a little of that. See if I can bring the outside of the plate in.
Oh, nice.
That works okay. I think anything else will be a little overkill. That was borderline right there. But there we have it, a pan. Whoa! We have a pan-seared roasted loin pork chop with mushroom pieces, pimento, and a little scallion.
And for our last dish of the day, I know you're doing something with squid.
All right, we're going to saute the squid in
Saute
the pan here.
Okay.
We could grill it. We can do a number of things with it. But I'm going to try. This is rather new for us, so we're doing it on camera here. We're experimenting. Yeah, we've got these squid tubes. I'm going to put them in the pan. I think what I have to do, though, to make sure it cooks thoroughly and evenly, we want to get the heat to the inside. I'm going to slash it just a little bit there.
Okay.
All that oil's going there. I don't want it to curl up on me. Maybe we'll do it at the other end also, just to, I'd like to be able to maintain its body, yet get the inside cooked rapidly also, so we can, we don't want to just cook the inside, we don't want to make the outside completely tough. I think that might do it. Maybe one last slash. Gotta hustle this along. We're running out of time here, right? Let's see how our pan's pretty hot. I'll try it here. We'll try it now. And as I finish this off, I'm going to want to, I should have seasoned that actually before we put them in. Another on-camera boo-boo by Uncle Dan.
But they're puffing nicely.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I'll do it right now as we're talking. Just going to put a little salt and pepper on it, right? Yeah.
Listen, I think we came across something creative, Dan.
Yeah. There's a little dunce cap. Maybe I'll put that on.
No.
All right, let's try that. And what we have over here, I'm going to put it on some arugula. You know, this is something you could have as a starter course, or you can have it as your dinner. All right, here we have that grilled, or rather sauteed calamari over arugula with a little balsamic vinaigrette.
Thank you for joining me again this evening with Dan in Dan's Dining Room as we go over our delectable treats for this evening.
Right. What did we make? Oh, there's our funky little calamari flowers.
The calamari flowers.
Right, we have the sauteed squid with the balsamic vinaigrette and served over arugula. We did that deep-fried calamari, our smoking hot sauce.
That was,
we didn't eat
that's
that
right.
much of the
No,
squid.
see, I was going to say I didn't eat that much.
Too bad today. We did these chicken fingers. You can see we did them tempura style. That's the egg on the outside, franchise style if you would, floured and egged, and we did deep fry them. You can serve them with either this honey Dijon mustard or again this marinara sauce would go really well with that. We did that pan-seared and roasted loin pork chop. Have it garnished with the mushroom pieces, the balsamic garlic reduction, and a little garnish with some pimento and chopped scallion.
Okay. Thank you for joining me again. My name is Janet Rapasardi-Hoff on Cooking with Dan Luzzi. See you next week.